If you listen at this episode that I have just started, then is it that the spirit want to come forward and talk, or else I erase this, I delete this recording. But if you hear this recording, that means the spirit have say something. And when I was going to bed yesterday, I did remember then that I had promised the spirit could talk in the next episode I do. And I say it should be in the evening yesterday, but I forgot it. And I apologize to the spirit that I had forgot it. And it was too late for me to recording something because it was almost 1 o'clock in the night. So now I do it, and I hope it's already a spirit here that touched me. The spirit is here, but that doesn't mean that they are going to say something in the recording. But when they touch me, is it something they want me to pay attention to? And so it's something they want to say. If I not have any topic on my own for recording, but I don't have that today. So that's for the spirit I do this recording. And it's, I think it's the last day of September, almost. And it have been New Year events in Israel. In Hebrew calendar is it New Year. Now, this day and yesterday, I don't know if it's have ended today, but it is the end of their year, and now it started the new year, and it's very much changing going on in my life. Oh, now it was this spirit come into me. Oh, it was very hard breathing in. So I wait and see what the spirit want to talk about. I don't know what it want to talk about. It first it's saying that I should tell you that this is not like a psychic reading, a medium that earn much money from to have it in the shows, and this is it's from heaven, and there they have also from heaven, but it's from heaven where God is, and God must allow it to come through, and there is no money about it. But I tell you, I need the money to could fulfill what God wants me to do in Israel. I don't have that money that I need to have to be in Israel. I have the flight ticket, and I have some money for maybe 1 month in the hotel, but I am going. They say that in heaven, from heaven, they are telling me, the spirits are telling me that I should be there 2 months. So I don't know how to get the money, or else Ilse says that I'm going to lay in the hospital, and I hope it is that I'm going to lay in the hospital, and then it will be 2 months because I needed to do the surgery. I hope so, but I don't know. I don't know the future. I only know that I am going to Israel and then go to the hospital and to test. And now, yesterday, I understood it, that it's the same ending like Jesus ending, but in a modern time ending of, because if the doctor in Jerusalem is saying, and he is Jewish, like those that say that Jesus should be crucified, and he is a Jewish doctor, and I am in Jerusalem like Jesus was, and I am standing like Jesus in front of a superior, because he can decide if I should live or die. He is a judge. So, and he's Jewish, and I am in Jerusalem, and I'm going to find out if I have more work to do here on earth, or God is calling me home, to my real home. I was only here for you to hear what they are saying from heaven. I was only here to heal some of people in the body, and I am here just now to heal you in your mental issues. And I am also, sometimes it have been healing for your body. It's for the whole person. I have been here. That's why I come back here to earth. I have been already a few times on earth, but as a man, and I could do things as a man. But now, the last time, I am born as a woman, and that's so much more different. I never thought it should be so very hard to work as a woman for God. And I think it was a little with a laughing, to not like evil trick me, but okay, you won't go back, because I asked God to come back to help the world. Okay, you want to come back and help the world. And then he make me be born as a woman. And God knew how hard it was in these last days to be a woman. So this is what the Spirit is coming through to talk about. He say that it's gonna be so very hard for you, and you don't know the outcome, he say, of that you take the flight to Israel. You don't know, and we don't know either, because it's like why we are waiting here in heaven to see what people on earth is doing when they see you and talk to you. We will take you home and you'll be okay. But you need to come to know what the end will be for that planet you are in. If we should avoid it again and let it be like it is, and let the evil be the commander, it says that commander, and take over everything and make it dark again, like it was in the beginning. If it should turn back to what you say in the Bible, Genesis, in the first line there, that God's spirit was over the planet, but it was dark and it was dead. It was dead, but it was living creature, but they were evil. It was only to eat or be eaten, killed or be killed. So killed. So the question is, even for us, but we are okay because we are not on your planet, and we have other planets in the whole universe. It's countless. It's so many. He's saying this spirit that is here, that for us it doesn't matter, because we can choose another planet to work on, because there is some planets there in the universe that can be alive again, that we let the bone live again. So those dry bones will live again. And if it's not on this planet, we can move to another planet. And you are coming back home to us. So that is the love of God, and there is that you on your planet are like small gods, because you can decide here and now if you want this planet you live on, if it will be avoided, that we will not touch it again. It can go back to be darkness and dark in the deep, in everything in this planet. It means in the deep is it dark. It's rotten, the whole planet. And if the light will go back to with God, and we leave this planet alone, then is it not we that have decided? It is you on your planet. And now he's talking to you that listen. That is you that make the decision. And we know, because we can see you where you are. And the time after that you have listened at this podcast, we know what you are thinking, what you are saying. We know how you act. And you can't say that I agree to what she was saying, and I do my best to make it happen, and then you don't do it. We know that. Many of you only listen, and then if something coming in, because the devil is very quick to make someone knocking on your door or your telephone call, or a child is running up to you and you stop to listen. We know that. You can't hide it. It's there for us to see and hear what you are saying to other people. So we are very angry. We are angry. We are very frustrated over that you never act on it. Some of you listener, you replace it. You place it into your podcast or podcast list so other people can listen. But it's so very few that do that. No one act on the episodes that you listen on. And we know some of you doesn't really listen. You should sit away from everything and listen to this, because it's about your life. It's about your children's life, because if this planet is no more, where is your children then? So you have to listen. It's this command and this talking from the spirit world and from heaven is really real. Don't think that I make it up, because you that have followed me, you know that it have happened things that what the spirit have told me. And I have told you that first in one episode I say that I know I'm going to go to Israel, take the flight to Israel, but I didn't know how to do it. And in next episode I told you that the money come in on my bank from no one had its name on it. It come from nowhere, so I could pay the airline ticket immediately for that money. And I pay also my rent, so I don't need to pay the rent when I am in Israel. And you know, it didn't happen in one episode. When I told that I knew, I feel like I have to go to Israel, then I didn't know that I should get the money. And the money come in. So I knew more than 100% that this was true, that I heard and felt that I should go to Israel. And then it started to be, I have no vaccine, but it started to be that they don't check if you have your vaccine or not. And in the case, I don't know yet really, but in a case, so maybe if they want to see if I have vaccination, then in another episode I told you that I have taken contact with a hospital. I don't know how I did it, and suddenly I have the hospital to do in Israel, and then because of it was evil, so I have forgotten that my doctor say last time I was to the doctor, he said that I should not get my medicine anymore. I didn't remember that because it was like I live in a shock over that I should be killed because I need the medicine to not be killed. And so I took it away. I have done that because my life have been so evil, it have been so abusive, and some of you know what I'm talking about. That you as soon as you can, you forget it. You don't remember those many abuses. You be used to take away evil things very fast in your mind, and that what I had done, that the doctor say last time, not this time but the time before, for 3 months, it's 4 months ago, he said that I should not get my medicine, and I didn't want to hear it, so I didn't took it in. But then yesterday when I maybe it was yesterday, I was writing to the doctor in Israel, and I read the paper, the Swedish paper, my medical journal, what it said, and then I saw that I have a start that can be cancer in it, in my pancreas, and that's why that's why the doctor don't want to give me medicine anymore. So I be reminded that the doctor say I am not going to have any more medicine for my pancreas, for my psoriasis. The medicine is for my psoriasis, but I think it helped a little about my pancreas also. So that it have not been in one episode I have told you about everything in one episode. It are coming after I have said that next episode I say this have happened now, and then next episode this have happened now, and step by step I have told you, and I have not known it when I have talked about the first one, that the second, that I certainly got all the money for to could take the flight to Israel, and so the spirit is doing something. It's I get cramp in my body. I don't know what is going on, but maybe it's some kind of healing he did. He say very, very, very strong to me, and I see him standing there. I see not his body, but I see his arm, and it's showing me very strong that you are going to be free from all the issues you have in your body. He's saying that, the spirit. So I have to have faith in that. I have to believe him that he is going to really fight for me in Israel. And he reminded me about what Jesus was saying, that it's going to be a stronger one that is coming after him. So in that way I am thinking that I can't end in the same way as Jesus did. It must be more than this, because Jesus was saying the one that is coming after me should be more strong and do more things than what he did. So that means that must be, I have a hope, but what I feel is that it's going to be more than what Jesus was, because Jesus was killed, and after he died, then many things happened, and many people saw it, and they understood that he had God with him, that God was one with Jesus in that way, that God took him back to him, and that can't be my end, because if I should be more powerful than what Jesus was, then I can't do the same end. It must be some other end of it. I don't know, but I'm thinking like that. I can't be parallel to Jesus the whole way out. I can't be killed in the same way like Jesus did. So this is the last days of Jesus, when he was standing and got this judgment to be placed on the cross or the pole. That story, I do the same thing with the doctor. But will the doctor place me on the cross or the pole? That's the question, and that will be so interesting to see, because it doesn't matter for me if God called me home when I'm in Israel now, this end of this year. If he called me home, I am very happy to go home. But if God have more to do with me here on earth, then I'm okay also. But he need to heal me from what's, and the spirit is strong now. Say it. He say that to me. Because I know the error inside my body did I get when God have talking to me. The highest priest first come and talk to me about my childhood, but then come God and talk about my future. And when I started to walk under God and do what God wanted me to do here on earth, then I got this everything that I have issues with inside my body. In that time, I started to walk, to learn and know about God and what's in heaven. Then I be sick in my body. And it was very bad because I was homeless and I had no money. But it didn't come immediately to be very strong inside my body, the sickness. It held back until I come back to Sweden. Then I go very, very, very sick. Then I got my psoriasis when I come back to Sweden. I had my psoriasis just when I started to walk in United States, but it was in my hair, in my skull that I had. It was nothing on the arms or my face like it was later on. It was only in my hair, so people didn't see it. And then I suddenly got pain in one leg, and it was the psoriasis. I didn't know that, but I know it today that it was my psoriasis I have. It's going into the joint, and it crush all my joints. So if God doesn't do anything and I am not going to be in heaven, I'm going to be in a wheelchair in the end of my life, because I will not have any joints, because it will be broken, be rotten. And but I don't have this deadly psoriasis that make me die of it. Some people have that, and it's like cancer. That's why we get the cancer medicine, because it eat up all the organs and then they die. And mine is maybe a part of it, because my pancreas have been eaten up and been bad. So a little of it, the worst of it I have, and I am maybe going to die. I'm going to die. All of us are going to die. But I maybe die very, very soon, because if the doctor in Israel say no to me, then there is nothing more to do. I'm done on earth. I'm going home to God. And I ask the spirit that is here now, that I don't know what you were saying before, when you the spirit take over me, so I don't know what was said now, but I was it's fun. It's fun when they say this. They say that sometimes in that way, so I laugh, because says that, isn't it not serious enough what I have said and you have said about your life? He say that to me. Yes, of course it's serious. But I was thinking that you wanted to say more things. And now he's saying that, remind me. I remind you that I was saying to people that listen at your podcast that they need to act. They don't act. That was the message the Spirit wanted to talk about today to you. That you don't understand that this is for real. How much should we do for you to, what should we say for you to understand this is for real? That so many people have stopped listen because they think it's like a theater, a movie, or something, that fantasy or something. This is for real. And that is, in that, and the Spirit is saying here now, say that is the same thing how they believe in God. They don't think it's real. They don't believe that we are real. They don't understand that heaven is real. They don't understand that hell can be real also. And the work we do for people, they should know. They know it when they coming to us. When they come to heaven, they will realize that. But they need to realize that on earth before they are leaving. What work we are doing for them, for other people, for this world that you live in. So that's what the Spirit was talking about today. So I thank you. I am so... now I have so much love. I think the Spirit's bring love to me, but I think also I meet him in love, because I feel so much love. And some of you maybe feel this love that was sending now from the Spirit. Now he's waving behind his back like all the spirits doing when they're leaving, when I see them leaving. So thank you for listening. It was a very important episode, this also. I'm so thankful that they coming through and talk to you, that you understand how important it is that you listen to them and act on it. So thank you for have listened at this episode. And you know that God loves you and God wants you the best. And He wants you to go away from this distraction that is going on when you listen at this episode. If you have distraction in when you are listening at this episode, please stop listen at this episode then and come back and start to listen from the beginning, when you know no one gonna disturb you. It's okay to close your telephone so they don't call you just when you listen on this episode or the other episode. Take your own time. Make your own time and not let the world, the devil and the world distract you from hearing the real truth and hearing from heaven what they are saying and what's in God's will for this planet. It's not about you, everything. It's about the whole world, this planet. It's very serious. And it's because they have coming down now and talking, is it very close to make the decision if this planet we live on here, yeah, I live on this planet also, that if you want it to go avoided, no one want to touch it that is of God. Don't touch it anymore. Let it die, this planet. Or if you want it to live and your children should live here and all grandkids live here, and in the end, the heaven, our planet here, will be like heaven, and you don't need to go to heaven. You live forever on this planet because it's like heaven, exactly the same as heaven. So you don't need to go to heaven. You stay here on this planet. And what's built up and everything, it's okay there. Those buildings that is good going to stay as they are. And you are going to stay as you are on this planet. You don't need to go somewhere else. You stay here. If you make the decision today to say yes to what you hear from heaven in this podcast, what I tell you what I hear from heaven, and tell you what is going on. It's not me that talking all the time. I get it. They talking to me, and then I tell you what they are saying. They don't have their own voice. You should know that. If you're waiting for them to talk, they can't talk because they are telepathic. And telepathic is not words that you can hear. You can only get it into your brain when it's telepathy. That's why they can't talk. They can't talk to us in like we here on Earth. We can talk in television, radio, and to each other, but they can't do that in that way. They speaking in telepathy because they are not here on Earth talking. So they need to use the telepathy, and they don't even have that language that we have. They don't speak Swedish, they don't speak English, they don't speak Spanish, they don't speak any languages. They speak an universal language that is in the telepathy. So they don't need to, it doesn't matter that it's not the limit of a country. It's not board around a country that only if you live in France you can hear them because they talk France. But they don't talk France, they talk telepathy. And that is different because you receive it as it is in your languages. It doesn't matter if they speak Greek to you. You receive it in the telepathy in your own languages, so you hear them. If you listen to them and understand they live, they are not dead, but they have moved to another dimension than what we have here. But you can come into the same dimension as them and can hear them if you pay attention to what's going on around you. So this last that I'm talking is because I have told you that these other spirits is spirits that is here the whole time. And it was someone talking now, and I don't see this one, but he told you the truth about how they communicate. So thank you for listening. I love you also, and God loves you. We are here for you. Thank you.